What's up, everybody? Welcome to a very special episode of the Hall of Nerds podcast. I'm Nate.
I'm Carson.
I'm Mac.
And I'm Brandon, and this week we have a very special guest, Mr. Nikhil Clayton.
Hi, I'm Nikhil Clayton.
There he is.
But,
Legend himself. But as usual, thanks for tuning in and nerding out with us. What we starting with, Brandon?
All right, first off, we're gonna be kicking up with a little Q&A. We got some questions for Nikhil. I guess I can start it off. So I know you spent some time working on the Loki show for Marvel Studios because you live in LA, right?
I do.
And I just wanted to know what that experience was like, how you got that job. What's it like working in the film industry, especially being like a comic fan?
It was amazing. It was better than I had honestly expected. I got the job because I went to like an alumni thing from my college, and I met someone there that worked at Marvel as an editor, and they asked me if I would be interested in a PA position, and I was like, "Do I need to know anything about VFX?" Because it was a VFX thing, and they were like, "No, it'd be getting coffee," and I was like, "Then yes, I would be very interested in a PA position." And then they sent my resume over, and then I got in, and that was basically it. Because you don't get any jobs here without unless you know someone who already has the job. Is something I've learned because I've not been able to get other
Yeah,
jobs.
makes sense.
But
That's super dope.
but I got that one, and then it was a lot of fun. I got to sit there and watch all of Loki like in October 2022. I got to see it come alive because they were adding all the effects, which is like a lot of it. And as a comic fan, I honestly, it just made me more able to annoy my coworkers by telling them what the stuff that they were doing meant, because they didn't truly care. It was like it's the VFX team, but it's the team that like coordinates the VFX team. It wasn't even the actual artists, so like they're not. These aren't the people shaping the medium, or the story I made. So it's just like they're like, why is this Broxton? And I was like, oh, because Broxton in the comics is where New Asgard is. And they're like, okay, thank you.
That's dope.
I got yelled at in a meeting once when they were talking about Loki, in like a playful way, but like the executive producer was in there and he was talking like, and the conversation came up about whether or not Loki was in space or if it was not space. And I mentioned, I was like, oh, he can breathe in space though. And then he turned around and was like, but it's not space. So don't bring that up.
That's
'Cause it was
hilarious.
And
I was like,
I just quick question because I remember you mentioning it. The door. What was it like guarding the door?
oh yes. And then every Friday I got to open a door that Kevin Feige would walk into. Um,
Huh.
that's it. That was my task. I did other things on Friday, but that was one of my tasks on Friday. And
That's crazy.
I was allegedly there in case I guess he couldn't find the door. He always knew where it was. It stayed in the same place every week. But I
Well, you
opened
were
the door for
guarding
him.
it. You were guarding
I
it.
was guarding it. I opened the door for him. I always read a comic book because I didn't want to be on my phone, and then he would always give me like a one sentence quip about the comic. Or more often he would say, "Hey, what are you reading?" And then I would start to answer and he'd walk through the door. Um without listening. But sometimes he would mention the comic book I was reading.
That's hilarious. That's awesome.
That's awesome. Okay.
That is sick.
Speaking of that, I guess that might answer this question. But what is something that you just want everybody watching right now to know about you that they probably don't know? Fun little, get a brag about yourself moment or something.
Oh no, everyone. I mean, I don't know if these people know me or not, but most people know everything about me if they're interested in me. I'm a very open book.
Fair enough. Well, I don't know if I know this, so I gotta ask. I know you're a big X-Men guy, but who is, if you have one, who is your number one definitive favorite superhero?
Gambit.
Nice. There we
I
go.
knew that one.
Gambit's
Attaboy.
Gambit's my favorite one. I've gaslit a lot of the internet into thinking I look like him because I talk about him so much. And
Hey, I can
play
see
him
it.
in skits, and I get comments all the time that are like, "You need to play Gambit in the MCU." And I was like, as a Gambit fan, if they cast me as Gambit, I would also be mad. I don't. That is something
That's
The gaslighting,
hilarious.
you just
anyone
put
should want.
Gambit as the guest.
What?
I said we should just play into the gaslighting and not put you as the guest and just put Gambit.
Title.
Yeah.
Hall of Nerds featuring Gambit. There we go.
But yeah, no, somehow I've convinced a good portion of the internet that I resemble a 6 foot tall Cajun Adonis of a man.
Hey,
Occasion.
I see it. I see it.
Okay. for someone like me that hasn't read much X-Men, what would be a great place to start?
I truly thought you were about to say who is Gambit. Um, I recommend people start with House of X, Powers of 10, because I think Krakoa is one of the best things in modern comics, or was at this point one of the best things in modern comics. But also, if you're interested in starting X-Men, Krakoa ends in like 2 months, I think. I don't remember the exact time, but it's ending right now. And then they're going to start something new. So I assume that's going to be a good jumping on point because there's some level of status quo-ness that's going to come back so they can like merge with the TV show and everything. I imagine they'll be back at the
Yeah.
mansion and everything. So I assume like literally June is a good place to jump in. No one knows what the hell is happening in June or like where we're going from here because they don't want to spoil what happens to Krakoa. But like, I assume that's gonna be a good spot.
So you don't suggest starting at X-Men #1 all the
No.
way back?
I've
No,
never
okay.
read X-Men #1, to be fair. I've
Okay.
read very few of like the 60s X-Men stuff. Giant size X-Men #1, that you could start with because that starts the Claremont run, and that's 16 years of the best comics really to ever be made, in my opinion. But that's a 16-year long single creator run. It's not for the weak of heart, but it's good.
All right, there we go.
I don't want to ask you the typical question of like who would be on your roster of 5 X-Men. I want to know who would be on your X-Men ops. Like if you could make a team of 5 enemies, who would you make to try and take down the X-Men?
Oh, trying to take down the X-Men?
Yeah.
Oh shit.
Interesting.
I'm gonna just say names of people you guys. I don't know if you guys will know.
Probably not.
But the Shadow King. You guys know the Shadow King? All right. He was originally supposed to be like the dark version of the Phoenix, but then
Ooh,
he kind of just got watered down to being a really powerful telekinetic guy. But he's awesome. The
okay.
Shadow King, Apocalypse,
Of course.
Mr. Sinister,
Uh-huh.
who else would be? Oh, Sabretooth. He's doing a wonderful job right now, dismantling lots of people.
All right.
And Mystique.
Nice.
Okay.
Nice, yeah.
Well, yeah. Okay. I was gonna say no Magneto in there, but like he's kind of
He's on the hero side now. More.
yeah.
Is Mystique like primarily a villain right now?
Mystique's out for Mystique. Like
Okay.
even in
Always, yeah.
Krakoa, Mystique was out for
I got
Mystique.
it. See, my only exposure to Mystique has been the movies, and she's always kind of like a hero / like anti-hero flip flop type of thing. So
Yeah. The movies are weird because they make her like second in command to Magneto, which is not something I'm sure there was some synergy afterwards that made her do that, but up until the movies is not something that I don't think they ever even met or like talked to each other.
Interesting.
Because what it comes from is that Magneto does the first Brotherhood of Evil Mutants and then he like fucks off for a long time. And then Mystique shows up and makes the second one and is just the big bad for a little bit. And then when you adapt them into movies, you don't have time to do that. So they just are like, they're both there together.
Fair enough.
my next question is, so you've grown quite a following on TikTok from like your skits and your other like comic related videos. I just was wondering like what video really took you off and like when was that moment when you were like, dang, like I want to do this as like a job, you know?
Oh, there's a lot of videos that take me off because what I used to do, and I have not had a successful one in like 2 years, so it's hard to remember that I used to do this, but I used to have series that would pop off. And then so like my first IRS video is the thing that like took me from 7 followers to like 1,000. And then I made a series called Alien General that was just sci-fi shit. It wasn't even having to do with comics. It was just about like a general reporting on how invading Earth was much harder than they expected. And then that took me up a lot. And then I did Adams and Gotham, which took me up a lot. And then I did the Marvel meets MCU, which took me up a lot. And so the first one of all of those blew up. And then I would just do those for like a year and get more followers out of that. And I've attempted to make more series since. And nothing else has blown up. So I am, for the last 2 years, my series concept has kind of fallen away. And I think still in my bio, yeah, I'm listed as the blank, like the quote unquote insert series here guy, because that's what people used to refer to me as. And it doesn't make any sense anymore, but I don't have the will to go delete it. But when I knew I wanted to do it for career is also tricky because I did it originally in college just to like get some extra money in college. And then I briefly thought, oh, I can do this as a career when I moved to California. But then I got the job at Marvel and I was like, never mind. I'm gonna go do actual entertainment industry stuff. And then I got off the job at Marvel and the strikes were on and I couldn't get another job in production. So I was just like, I guess I'll try to do it as a career again. But I've never made a ton of money off TikTok. And I've never had success out like on YouTube or something outside of it. So it's not a very viable option for a career, to be honest. It's just something I do while I'm unemployed.
Well, there goes my dream.
No, fair enough, fair enough.
Nikhil has crushed all of our dreams and
I listen, if you guys like you have a podcast, that's even more than I do. Like if you have anything that's not on TikTok, that's going to help you make it a more viable career immediately. TikTok is just too like I have a video, I have 800,000 followers. My video today has 3,000 views. It's been up for 6 hours. Like that is
it's oversaturated. Like there's just too
Yeah.
much content.
Yeah.
truly. Also, growth is like gone. Like whenever I used to have a new series that would blow up, I gained like hundreds of thousands of followers off that series. Those days are gone. Even if I got a new series that blew up today, I get like 12.
Yeah, totally. I can agree with that. All right, well, to kind of kick it back into the comic book gear, if you got one, who is your favorite comic book writer of all time?
Oh, Chris Claremont, because I'm an
I
X-Men.
could assume. Yeah, there you go.
Yeah.
There you go. What about artist?
This one's biased because I just like Sid Codian as a person, and I've talked to him, and so I enjoy his work a lot. But he's not like I don't think he's done a ton. He did the Gambit solo from like a year ago that I helped promote. That's why I got to talk to him, and then he like followed me back on Instagram, and he was a lovely man. And so
That's awesome.
I
Hell yeah.
usually say him, and I do enjoy his style a lot. But in terms of like older like established people, who's it? Rob Rise is also actually another one. I think
All
that's his
right.
name. He did New Mutants, and he does like a beautiful watercolor sort of interiors that are gorgeous.
All right. Good picks. Good picks.
If you like watercolor, are you a big fan of like the Peach Momoko doing the inside
Yes.
of
Yes.
I
Ultimate?
love
Okay.
Peach Momoko. Yeah,
Yes.
she's great.
Love
Peach
Peach.
all the way.
Love Peach. Has Ultimate X-Men come out?
I think
March, I
it's
believe.
March.
Yeah.
Two weeks.
I'm going to read it. I'm also just terrible at knowing what is happening at any moment in time.
Yeah, no, that's totally fair. A lot of stuff getting announced.
But no, I'm so excited.
If you could change one thing about any comic character, who would it be and what would you change?
Jesus. I could change one thing about any comic character. I feel like I would change a lot of things for lots of comic characters. I don't know any of them off the top of my head. It's driving me insane. This is again very niche to I don't know how any of y'all are gonna give a shit. But Gambit used to have a version of himself called the Witness that was him in the future, and then they retconned that it's not him anymore. And one of my dreams in life is to fix that retcon and say that it is still him because it doesn't make any sense. He's like an old ass Cajun man from the future that has the same powers, and they're like, "Nah, that's not Gambit. Don't worry about it."
Huh.
And it
Interesting.
drives me up the wall.
That's fair. That's very fair.
Yeah.
That is
I both
interesting.
hate retcons and love retcons because some of them are just so stupid and some of them really do kind of
I
help.
enjoy what a retcon is the stupidest thing in existence, as long as it doesn't like bother me for another reason. Like the Batman as the first Robin retcon is one of my favorite things, and I know it's been re-retconned back out, but I love it so much, and I wish it was canon forever.
As
Some
long as it's,
retcons are needed,
as-
like the Deathstroke retcon. That stuff is like, please take that stuff away.
Yeah, yeah.
as long as it's like as like entertaining as it is needed, it meets that like line right there. I'm fine with it.
Well, I prefer like when a retcon's necessary, that's one thing, but I prefer a retcon, I think, when it absolutely is unnecessary and it doesn't harm the character. Like if it's just for fun, like Mystique as Sherlock Holmes is another one that's just like, sure, why not?
Yeah.
Makes sense.
Anyone else got any more questions?
No. Well, we can move into some news. We got a whole bunch of, well, we got a little bit of stuff to talk about. One being the new DC event. As we know, Mark Waid and Dan Moore left Shazam to work on a bigger project. This was about a month ago, and we've kind of been waiting for news what that bigger project was. It was speculated it could be a Brave and the Bold. It was speculated it could be a lot of things, but we just got it confirmed that it is going to be something called Absolute Power, which is going to be the next DC event, and it's going to include the Dark Trinity, which is going to be Brainiac, Zur in the Failsafe body, and Amanda Waller. Any thoughts?
Lit.
I'm hyped, but they gotta stop doing so many events. It's getting
That
unnecessary
is,
in my
of course.
opinion.
Yeah, of course. But I'm
I
just
agree.
down to have an entire event with Wade and
Yeah.
Mora on it.
Wade and Mora.
That is true.
Yeah, one of my favorite creative duos, especially of recent years. But yeah, that being said, I wish it was Brave and the Bold.
That's fair.
Yeah. Yeah.
Did y'all see Failsafe or Zur's new design though?
Yeah, I'm curious on when that's gonna happen.
Yeah.
I'm assuming in this next Batman
Looks-
issue.
Probably
It
in the
looks
Dark Crystal
really similar to Batman's first appearance. Like
It kind of
really
does,
similar.
like the shape of the cowl or helmet,
Yeah.
like whatever it is.
Yeah.
I just gotta ask because I know nothing about this that's going on, and I'm being vulnerable right now. Do you think that Trigon is gonna have anything to do with this? Like, do you think there's
Yes.
gonna be
Almost certainly.
Okay,
Almost
so you
certainly.
think, okay, so that
Yeah.
okay, so I might
Because-
I might check it out then. I might check it out.
In a preview for one of the Batman issues, it has Amanda Waller on it, and it has something about her making a deal with the devil, which is definitely going to be, Trigon, and it's going to lead
Okay.
into this. And then we obviously know the whole Dark Queen arc that's happening in Titans right now. That's like
Yeah,
Raven.
that was crazy, yeah.
Evil or something. Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. That's because as soon as you said that, I was like, how is Trigon not gonna be like a super big bad in the whole universe, I guess. But yeah, okay, I'll check it out then.
I'd say it's worth checking out for Wade and Mora alone, but that's just me.
Agreed.
Who's that?
No Trigon, no Cell.
Yeah.
Oh
that's-
yeah, it has to have Trigon. I think we haven't had Trigon as a big villain since when? Like the '90s
time.
Titans. I can't
A
think
long
of.
time.
Yeah,
Yeah, no,
I mean,
think
he's been, like, a
I
big
think he'll
villain in,
almost
like-
certainly be a big part of it.
yeah, we've had him in like media, like the Titans show and Teen Titans, the animated series,
Yeah.
stuff like that.
He's
but-
in a shocking amount of the animated movies. I feel
Yeah,
like he shows
honestly,
up
yeah.
constantly in those.
Yeah, but he
Honestly.
just for some reason he just got wiped from comics. It's like Raven put him away, and then they're like, "All right, we don't need him anymore."
And now he's put him away and stay there.
Yeah,
Nah, seriously.
now
though.
Raven is trying
For another 20 or 30 years.
For real though.
What about Superman Legacy? Did y'all see the leaked? Well, not leaked, but rumored suit.
Yeah,
No.
the
I
Kingdom Come
did.
symbol.
Yes.
It's interesting. I'm 50-50 on it. I don't think that's going to be the logo that he wears, but it's all right.
Why else would he put that on the calling cards? I don't know.
Yeah,
Literally
the
just for
paper-
shits and giggles. Like
Yeah,
we probably
could
Yeah.
totally.
it could
Yeah.
be no more than they got like an assistant to be like, oh, and then make these cards, and the assistant Googled Superman logo and pulled one they
Snagged
thought
that
looked
one.
cool.
Yeah, no,
Like-
that could make sense.
Because
But
I don't
also,
want
I
them
feel
to
like
do
he's
Kingdom
in
Come.
Kingdom Come for like a bit.
Yeah.
Done. So like it could be, but it also could not be.
Yeah.
I hope not. I don't want him to do Kingdom Come. At least not yet. At least as like the first movie of his new universe. Don't do like the future dystopian version.
Well, did y'all see the theory that it's going to be a reverse Kingdom Come? That instead of it being an older Superman dealing with these younger heroes, it's going to be a younger Superman trying to teach new ways to the older heroes like Guy Gardner, Hal
Huh.
Jordan, and stuff like that.
Okay.
It's still weird. It like weirds me out a little bit, but like I guess it would kind of make sense.
Well, why jump to the legacy characters then? Like, why have Guy?
Well, we talked about this before, but Legacy is like we're thinking. Stu actually, I think, said this. It was going to be like the whole thing is going to be like pulled from Superman, and then at the end, it's going to be revealed that he's telling John this story. Like the whole movie is going to be a story that he's telling
Yeah.
John, and that's the legacy.
Like Iron Man
I
3?
still,
I guess so.
Well, not like the well. Does he do that in Iron Man 3?
Iron Man 3, the entire movie is revealed at the end to be something that Tony is telling Bruce.
Oh, I don't remember
Yeah.
that.
It's the post credit scene. And then it's
Oh.
entirely a joke about he's like telling him as if he's like a shrink, and then Bruce is just like, I'm not that kind of doctor. And then that's the movie.
Okay, yeah,
I do remember that.
Well,
but
yeah,
yeah,
kind
yeah,
of.
yeah. Similar, yeah.
But it would be like him explaining to John what his legacy would be if he were to ever take up the mantle of Superman. I think that would also go in with them introducing Damian and possibly getting a Super Sons because
this is my concern with the James Gunn DCU anyway, is like I never even thought about the fact Superman Legacy is literally called Legacy until right now. But like the jumping immediately to legacy superheroes instead of like the ones that people know about is so bizarre to me. Like Damian as the first Robin, crazy choice. Guy Gardner to introduce the Green Lanterns, like he's skipping down the line. Why?
Yeah.
Why are
Here's
we
what
jumping
okay.
to the end here?
Here's what I have to say is that thinking about this, and I had no idea really about all this until now. Not that I had no idea, but like you guys explained this. Freddie Prinze Jr. said this on some podcast forever ago about how the first 3 Star Wars were for one group of kids, the second 3 were for another group of kids, and then the third 3 or whatever were for another group of kids. And hearing this, it kind of makes sense to me as to how if he can jump it to there, then it's going to be for a different group of kids growing up, getting to know these characters, and that they don't have to dive necessarily into the because everybody knows the classics and the OGs, not necessarily, but they're more better well known. And this is a good way to jump into those characters that aren't, the forefront characters necessarily.
I agree, but the issue is like if you want to incorporate those past people, because like the MCU, every now and then will just jump ahead, but then they won't bother with the stuff that came before it. Like Scott Lang is like Ant-Man, and they have they have Hank Pym, but there's never gonna be like a Hank Pym like movie because he's just an old guy, and they're just like that's Hank Pym right there. So like if the DCU is willing to commit to that and just be like Guy Gardner is our Green Lantern, and that's what we're gonna have for this generation, and we're not gonna go back to Hal Jordan or John Stewart or anyone else, then that'd be one thing. But I don't think they're gonna do that. And if the whole of Superman Legacy is him setting up another Superman to take over with John, then it's like, what is the point of Clark?
I definitely agree with that. I think the whole like legacy characters, bringing in Damian, bringing in Guy Gardner, all these kind of things. I think it's more, at least I hope this is what it is James is kind of trying to establish the universe from the get-go. That's basically meaning if Guy is already here, then of course Hal is, and of course John is. And if Damian's already here, of course Dick's already Nightwing, and Jason's already Red Hood, and
which is it's cool in theory. If they pull it off,
that's what I hope they do. Yeah, that's what I hope.
I think he wants to give he's a comic book fan, so he wants to give comic book fans what they want. And if he doesn't start at the beginning with an origin, 9 times out of 10, they're not going to be able to make this universe to where, like, if you started Batman's origin, that means we might get Dick Grayson Robin, but it's never going to run long enough to where we're going to get a Nightwing. We're going to get a Red Hood because it's so long. It's a lot of continuity. If he starts in the middle, he can give us everything we want because everyone will exist at once.
I fully agree, especially like with the Bat Fam. There's no way to organically grow the Bat Fam in a movie. You have to start with it already existing. But the thing is, like, if he can pull it off, if he could just be like, there are 5 Green Lanterns out there, there are already 4 different Robins that have gone through, and like people get it and it's cool, that'll be amazing. And it'll be great to have that sort of established universe. But my fear is like sort of what the DCEU tried to do of like speed run their universe to be like, and look, we have it just as much. We have just as much of the groundwork done as Marvel does in only 2 movies. And people were very resistant to it. Now those movies were also bad. So hopefully James Gunn making good movies circumvents that. But I do like it's a lot to hit in your first movie of your universe, and also in a Superman movie to be like, here is all of these other people that exist.
Yeah,
100%.
I think he's using this to like. I think he's going to use those characters to like tease this universe. Like he's using Guy to tease the Green Lanterns without showing his cards. Because Hal and John are going to be the big Green Lanterns in the Lantern show. And then he's also going to he's doing something the DCEU didn't do, and he's going to be using animation and video games to fill in the gaps, like prior to his universe and future. Like he's going to be filling in those little gaps with it.
I am very excited for the animation. I love that he's incorporating animation so early on.
You can do so much with animation.
Dude, I cannot tell you the nut that I produced when I heard there's going to be an animated Watchmen movie.
Yeah.
I got so excited.
I'm looking forward to that.
As to where that statement was
going.
But
is that in James Gunn's universe or is that outside?
No,
animated
outside.
What movie? I stopped listening after that.
Watchmen.
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 Oh,
what are they animating? No.
They're not. The animated Watchmen is not part of the DCU, is it?
No, I don't think
it's
so.
Like a new adaptation of Watchmen. Yeah,
it's like the Crisis on Infinite Earths. It's not DCU related, but I think the first animated thing is going to be Creature Commandos, and then our Superman Legacy is
Creature Commandos is going to be fun.
I'm super excited for that. Yeah,
yes,
it looks awesome.
And the crazy thing is, James Gunn is. I mean, he said everyone who voices someone in animation will be playing them in live action. So that's insane.
That's great. It's
I think
fantastic.
that's
We're gonna
the
get a
right way
David
to do it.
Harbour, like David
I
Harbour
heard-
Frankenstein. Like
That's
It's
awesome.
gonna be awesome.
Yeah,
I,
that's
I
awesome.
heard people questioning his ability to direct like horror or like comedy horror. I'm like, have you not seen the Scooby Doo movies? Like,
Exactly.
I mean, that's fair. Yeah,
Pinnacles of cinema
enough.
right there.
yeah,
Amazing.
peak. But
Well, we got any more news?
no, not that
No?
I know
All right.
of.
God.
We can jump into some recent comics that everyone read. We can kick it off with some X-Men stuff because I know Nikhil wants to talk about it. We got Rise of Powers of X 2. It's not the
Yes.
first one; it's the second
It's
one.
the second one with a god awful
Ooh.
name. I honestly, I hate these names so
It's
much.
just Rise of
Mouthful.
Powers, of Falls, of Houses, of
Rise of the Powers of Houses.
yeah.
It's because so Krakoa starts with what does it start with? House of X and Powers of 10, which is a nice little like it's wordy, but it's at least a thing that makes sense. And then I don't know why they didn't want to just go with two different adjectives for the ending ones. They decided they wanted to keep them but add new ones on top of it. So now it's the Rise of the Powers of 10 instead of just making it a different thing of 10.
It's 10.
Um,
It's not X.
No, it's 10. Yeah, the second one's 10. It's House of X to refer to Xavier, and then it's the Powers of 10 because it's at least that book is told in like the first year of this event, 10 years later, 1,000 years later, yada, or 100 years later, 1,000 years later. So it's Powers of 10.
That's cool.
I
The
did not know
Rise of
that
Powers
either.
of 10 does
Brandon's
not
mind is blown by simple
play
math.
like
No, just like the whole Powers of 10 thing. I never put that together. I always thought it was Rise of the Powers of X. Like I thought X-Men. Like
Well,
that's what
that
it's about.
might be what the new one is. I don't know because this one's not being told in the Powers of 10 specifically. So I don't know why it's called that. But anyway, it's a good book. It's fine. I don't understand what the hell's happening, to be fully honest. I'm reading all of it. I know they're going back in time to kill Moira. And it's hard. It's harder than you would expect for them to do. And there's also an entity that exists outside of time and space. And that entity is Mr. Sinister, but it's also not Mr. Sinister. And that's all I know about that comic.
Interesting.
I just read it today.
I really
Making
want
me
to catch
really
up.
want to dive into some
I,
X-Men.
I really want
It's
to catch up on all the
super
X-Men stuff.
easy to
It's just so
understand.
hard
Here's
to
the
get
thing,
into.
guys. It's good. And I really like if you read Krakoa as like a book, I hope they publish it would be too big for like an omnibus, but like if they publish like 2 omnibi of Krakoa just in order, it'll be amazing because it is like a novel. Like there's plot lines in every single series that all tie into each other in these big little events and also tie into each other in the different series. It's one of the most collaborative comic experiences I've ever seen. And it's been wonderful, but I will not lie. Like the Hellfire Gala, beautiful. Like the third one, it tied so much shit together from the last 5 years of comics, and it was brilliant, and it was like paying off everything, and I understood it. And since the Hellfire Gala, I've understood less and less as we've gone. I'm not quite sure. It got too mind blowy for me to comprehend when we got to because the whole thing is the reveal recently that there's 4 Sinister people, and they're not like how Sinister has a diamond on his head.
Mhm.
Mhm.
So there's also one with a heart on their head and a club and a spade. And then what it is the real Nathan Essex cloned himself 4 times and told each of the 4 people basically go find a way to become a god, like exist outside time and space. It's called a dominion, but it's just God. And it's like go find a way to become a god somehow. And Sinister, the one we knew, tried to do it through mutants and like mutant genetics. Another one tried to do it through like science C shit. Another one did it through space shit, and another one did it through magic. And somehow, the original Nathan Essex, in a way I don't understand, did become a god. So like it worked. None of the other 4 became a god, but somehow the original Nathan Essex is a god now. His name's Enigma. He's fucking shit up. This is where I'm starting to lose the plot of what's happening, and somehow killing Moira helps this not happen. And that's what the plot of Rise of the Powers of X is. Also, in Rise of the Powers of X #1, they killed Gambit again, so I'm already
Oh,
soured on it.
Yeah, never mind. I don't want to read it anymore.
I'm out. I'm out. Nah, that's fair.
Yeah.
Not the Raging Cajun.
All right. Well, on the Marvel train, how about Ultimate Spider-Man #2? Because that was
Not as good as
Amazing.
number 1.
Agreed.
Not as good as number 1, but still good.
Still amazing.
Yeah.
I still absolutely loved it. I have a similar. I mean, It's good
Okay,
that my
okay.
only complaints about both issues is that they're not long enough.
Hold on, I gotta ask.
I agree.
Yep.
The suit. Looking at it, I'm gonna pull it up.
It's
Is
Picotech. I saw this. It's not
They
it's
already-
not symbiote.
Okay,
They've already
okay,
said
thank
it's
you, thank
Picotech.
you.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah,
It
it's
does
not-
when it
yeah,
comes
it's
off
not
of him, it
symbiote.
looks like a symbiote, but it's just really tiny nanobots.
Yeah, because I was thinking either symbiotic or nanobots, and I could not tell.
I'm pretty sure
Yeah.
they
But
said
I-
it somewhere.
I do like that his daughter is gonna help him make his.
Oh
other
yeah,
suit.
May.
100%.
Yeah, and
That's
inspired
awesome.
the like blue and red. It looks like I'm looking forward to
Yeah.
it. That
I
whole
was playing video
scene
games
when
earlier
he
with
did
Damon,
that.
and I was talking about the issue, and he was like, was it good? I was like, yeah. And he's like, no spoilers. And I was like, well, there's not really much to spoil. Like, it's good, but it's not like it hasn't really given us a lot yet.
Right.
You know? I was like,
Yeah.
everything you saw in like the previews and like the cover, it's like that's basically it. Like, we haven't
Yeah,
really got
Ben
like, a huge like thing yet.
Ben and
Yeah,
TJ
nothing
are
really-
still just like trying to get their foot in the door with the next company they want to do.
Yeah.
Chilling in the
Right.
steam room, yeah.
Yeah, that was
Yeah.
hilarious. Sauna scene.
That was funny.
No, but I'm trying to think what my favorite read of the week so far was.
Mine was Titans 8.
Titans was
Mine-
really good. I really did
Titans
enjoy
It was
that.
good.
Yeah.
Stu, I know you're fiending to talk about World's Finest.
Bro, it was so good. Like
It was.
straight up so good.
It was amazing.
That's 100% my read.
I don't know, it
of the
was
week.
kind of anticlimactic
probably
in an
is for
event
me.
where like Darkseid was right about to do it, and he was like, "Oh well, you destroyed what I wanted, so I'm dipping. I don't even. You're not even worth my time," which is such a Darkseid thing to do. But also, it was like, well,
Exactly.
dang. I was like, well, that was kind of. He just
Yeah.
walked in,
Yeah.
started beating everybody up, and then Magog like destroyed Gog, taking away the anti-life equation. And then Darkseid was like, "Well, that's gone. You're wasting my time. I'm
But
going back to Apocalypse."
for everyone who thinks Batman should kill, read that issue. And you'll realize why
Facts.
heroes killing is not
But
really
bro-
it's not the move for the people.
Anyone
still
who
not gonna
thinks that
way-
Batman should kill is not reading these
Yeah.
comics.
Exactly.
Yes, dude.
Like
I
but
know
all
who you're
the
talking to, Nikhil.
yeah, but all the
That is not a dig at anyone in particular.
it's a
That
dig,
cannot be used
dig at
against me.
everyone. A dig at everyone.
Aw.
If you think Batman should
Aw.
kill, read World's Finest 24. And if you still think so, then stop talking to me.
Dude,
100%.
I think one of my favorite things was how Dan Mora drew the Spectre. Cause that
Very
looked
sick.
insane.
And that line when he's
surprised me
like,
when he
he's
even pulled
like,
up.
the weapon line when he's like, killing doesn't
yeah,
make
you're
you a
nothing,
hero.
just a weapon or something. Yeah.
Yeah, he's like, it doesn't make you a hero. Oh, taking the easy way doesn't make you a hero. It makes you a weapon or something
Mhm.
like that.
You think like with that that last panel we could ever like revisit that in World's Finest again?
I don't know. I
Um,
hope so. I would definitely love for them to do like an Elseworld where it was just like the new heroes and Magog like leading them.
That'd
yeah,
be really
that could be cool. Because I mean, I'm just glad it all kind of came full circle with Kingdom Come as well.
Yeah. Plus, we're getting
Yeah.
the fourth dimension and the M's in the next arc, which is gonna be crazy.
Yeah.
But before that, they're doing a Joker and Lex Luthor's first meeting, which that's what I'm really looking forward to. But I
World's
remember
Deadliest.
definitely my book of the week so far was Spider-Boy, if anyone's reading that as well.
I'm
I haven't
not,
read
but
it
I
yet.
wish I was.
I
It
l-
looks
Wait,
love
so
Loving
Spider-Boy
it.
came out. Spider-Boy came out this week.
Well,
Mhm.
last
Spider-Boy
week,
4.
yeah. It was so
Oh,
much fun. I'm
oh,
loving
okay,
that
okay.
series. It's every issue is just so much fun. It's like this is what
Wait, was
comics
that-
should be in that sense. Huh?
Was that the one with Toy Soldier?
No, that was issue 3. This one
Yeah.
was with like Miles and stuff like that. I don't want to spoil too
Oh,
much for
really?
those that aren't
Okay,
reading, but
bet.
it was so good.
Oh, I
It
need
was
to pick that one
so
up.
cool,
I'm
and
hyped.
the ending had me just like,
Spider-Boy's on my list of comics that I wish I was reading, but I can barely keep up with the fucking X-Men at this point. So
Yeah,
I'm
no,
not
that's
buying anything
totally
else
fair.
weekly. But God, it looks so fun. And I love Spider-Boy as a character so goddamn much. And
Mhm,
I
me
love
too.
when he came out and everyone was like pissed. And I was like, no, this is the most genius thing I've ever seen. And then
I
they
love it.
announced his fucking solo, and everyone was like, why does he get a solo? And I was like, because genius.
Yeah, and he's
We're
We're
awesome.
getting
and I
like
think
we're getting like a young Peter Parker Spider-Man, just a little bit of a different origin story, and I love it because he's just as quippy as him. He's just as like I feel like that's how a young Peter
he's
would
just a
act
straight.
too.
Yeah, he's a kid. He's a kid. It's
He's a
awesome.
And
kid.
they
He
gave him
acts
like
as a
unique
kid should
powers,
act.
right? With like the eyes and
Very
Yeah, he's
unique
got the-
powers, dude. He some new powers have been unveiled recently too. I really
it
recommend
also
it.
just shows that like you can make Spider-Man. Like you can make new Spider characters. This is my issue with fucking Ultimate Spider-Man. Like I have an issue. I am an unpopular opinion that it should not be a Spider-Man book. And I've not read it partially because I don't give a fuck about the Ultimate Universe. I'm gonna read Ultimate X-Men because I care about Peach Momoko and X-Men, but like I don't really give a fuck about Ultimates. But also like I really reject that it's a Spider-Man book. I feel like it could just be an adult hero and give him a different power. And it's so different than Spider-Man at this point. But like instead of just reskinning all of the Spider-Man stuff to fit into it, you could just make it new. And Spider-Boy proves that you can do it. Like you could just make new characters and people will latch on. And
That I could agree with you, especially because I was gonna say Spider-Boy for me, if it wasn't for Ultimate Spider-Man existing right now, Spider-Boy is my Spider-Man run out of Marvel right now. It's hitting for me exactly kind of what Mac was saying. He gives similar vibes of a very young Peter in the sense that he's just a kid spider person running around doing kid stuff.
Spider-Boy, like there's obviously like the mystery of his origin that's gonna could be a problem, but like in general, if they choose, you can keep Spider-Boy around. There's no keeping Ultimate Spider-Man around in the long run. Like eventually they'll end the Ultimate line and maybe they'll do a big Secret Wars kind of thing like they did for Miles to try and actually bring his ass in, but like probably he is confined to this forever. Just this one
Definitely.
AU.
I agree because like I thought about like if they ever did that and like tried to bring him over, you would have to end like Spider-Man of 616 and that would piss so many people off.
Yeah.
Would it though? Because that's where I disagree with the whole older
Spider-Man
bro.
Thing,
because everyone wants Peter to grow up.
No,
but the thing
they
is,
they want to grow up, not die.
They want
that Peter to grow up. They don't want some other Peter who got his powers when he was 35 to just come in and
agree,
take over.
but they're never going to let that Peter grow up because they have to make money. And so they gave us Ultimate Spider-Man, which is a Peter
they do, but Ultimate
Spider-Man
will run for like what, 12 issues or some bullshit, and then it'll go away. Then that'll be it. And then everyone will still want that. That's what because you could have filled the same hole that people have for a character like that and just named it not Spider-Man, and then you could have it forever. It could run 1,000 issues.
I agree with you on that. Because
if
no Ultimate Spider-Man, Spider-Boy is totally filling my Spider-Man needs right now.
This is how my ADHD brain just made this connection. Ultimate Spider-Man is to Marvel as what the McRib is to McDonald's. They'll bring it back. They'll bring it back when it's like the best time for it, and they'll take it away and they'll be like, "Oh man, I want it back again." And
I see what you mean.
Yeah, but the McRib was never good. So
it's never time for a
I see what you mean though. I see what you mean though. I see where you're coming from.
Just chilling. You're at the beach and you're like, you know what? I'm really craving a McRib right now.
I don't even think they'll bring it back. Like they'll just bring a different version of older Peter eventually. Like we'll just do old Pete again in a different AU. But like
I do agree though.
Spider-Boy is not Pete, but if someone's out there who just wants teenage spider hijinks, they get Spider-Boy. You could have had like Johnny B. Good. That's already a guy, but you could have had anybody and just made him an older man who gets spider powers in 616, filled that exact niche that people wanted, and he could be around and part of every spider story from now until the end of time. But because they made him Peter Parker, he's fucked.
I see what you mean. I totally get where you're coming from. That being said, they're executing on it, so I'm really enjoying it.
That's not a criticism of the quality.
I get what you're coming from for sure.
The concept of it offends.
Definitely.
Speaking,
and we got a Shocker mention, so I'm happy.
No, dude,
that is true.
Okay, and Shocker too. What if we get and Stu, you read it? I know. Edge of the Spider-Verse. What if we get our Ultimate connected into the Edge of the Spider-Verse?
That could be cool.
I don't think it'll be Edge, but I like where you're going with that. I think it'll be Spider-Verse related.
It would be nice to see him have like a little
for sure. I feel like
nice to have him in there.
It's a matter of time before any popular Spider figure shows up in a Spider-Verse story at this point.
Yeah.
Have you guys noticed there's like been a shift in like the conception of what a Spider-Man story is in modern time to like I think really since Into the Spider-Verse the movie came out. Like at this point, it feels like Spider-Man stories to the general public are multiverse stories. Like, like not thing with Spider-Man, and like that seems very new to me. I never used to think of Spider-Man as a multiverse guy.
Yeah, very street tier,
neighborhood Spider-Man.
Yeah, street tier. Yeah, exactly. No, I agree with you on that for sure.
Though, Spider-Gwen Smash, and that was the week prior, but Spider-Gwen Smash that's been going pretty well. Speaking of like multiverse and that kind of stuff. I've been liking that.
It's pretty good.
I gotta be fully honest. I forgot that was a thing, and I thought you were just saying Oh, by the way, like
Spider-Gwen
Smash. Spider-Gwen Smash.
By the way,
we're talking about
thank you for your
Spider-Verse.
That's
Sorry.
smashing across
edging the
Spider-Verse.
Spider-Verse. Is that what you said? Insane. Let's see here though. Let's try to keep it on. Anyone read Incredible Hulk yet? No,
Yeah.
or anyone reading it?
Nope.
Yeah.
I am reading it, but
All right,
I
we'll
haven't
keep
read
it
it yet.
keep it kind of spoiler free. Unfortunately, Nick Klein left Interiors, but whoever stepped in, I forget the name already. They definitely it was a downgrade from Nick Klein, but it was still amazing. But still captured that like absolutely insane Hulk transformation. I've been loving the Hulk transformations in this run. It's just brutal.
Yes,
He literally
that's one of the
crawls
things I
out.
like.
Hulk like
Yeah.
crawls
Oh,
out of his
yeah.
mouth. It's
That's
It's,
what I
it's
didn't
showed me the
brutal.
panel. It just looks
Yeah.
disturbing.
Because like in the MCU, we get like the Bruce Banner Hulk. We get the like, but you don't get it. Like it hurts. I'm literally like
Yeah, he like,
genetically
rips out of his
mutating
skin.
all of
Yeah,
my single cells into something new, and
It's
I
crazy.
love it. I'll see if I can like keep talking, but I want to find that panel to show people because that is
yeah. No,
insane.
Well,
it was definitely
we
crazy.
can mention our mid book of the week, a new segment. Batman
Batman.
144.
44, yeah, bro.
Yeah.
God, I love Batman so much. But what
was
was
mid.
Chip doing with the Joker year one? I feel like it added nothing. Like it has not given me.
It's just
anything.
classic. It's classic. This is what it is. It's just like Gotham War, Night Terrors, all that stuff. Chip Zdarsky is writing an absolute peak Batman run right now, but DC comes over every once in a while and is like, yo, we got to do this real quick. And he's like, all right, I'll just write some crap for this real quick. And then the second we're back to his story arc, like what he wants to do, it's amazing.
Yeah, Dark Prisons
So-
is going to be amazing. But
Yeah,
that
I
year
already know.
one was just. I was like, okay,
I
the
agree.
second one picked up a bit. The third one's going to, finish it off. And I was like, what is this? This is
Yeah.
just
Was the most
meh.
didn't need it, just there was no need for it whatsoever.
Unless he somehow finds a way to tie it to Dark Prisons, which I don't see that happening.
Probably not, but at least one more book I wanted to touch on because I've been hyping it up so much. The Six Fingers, the like sister book or whatever to the One Hand. Amazing.
I almost
it
picked
really
it up
lived
after you
up to
told me about
that.
it,
It
but
really
they didn't have
lived
the
up.
one hand. So I was like,
Dang, really?
yeah.
That's crazy. But no, I mean, both amazing, amazing books. For those that haven't heard me talk about it already, it's a cat and mouse serial killer detective story. The One Hand is told from the perspective of the detective, and the Six Fingers is told from the perspective of the killer. And
That's
Ooh.
genius.
yeah, and they're different creative teams, but they're both they killed them.
Does it
They
have
both
anything
have
to
one
do with
issue
The
out.
Fugitive?
I don't think so. I think it's a new thing. It's
I just know The Fugitive like is about a cop tracking down a killer, and the killer is called the Six-Fingered Man. So I assume.
oh, I have to look into that because it might, but I don't think so.
Maybe it's like
But,
a remake or a spoof.
But yeah, the One Hand is by Ron V and the Six Fingers is by Dan Waters, and both of them, I'm so excited. This is gonna be something special. I really think so.
That's awesome.
No, that sounds amazing.
I highly recommend it. They're both only one issue so far, so
Gotcha. Okay.
Nikhil, are you a Nightwing fan at all?
In concept, yes.
Okay. Well, in Nightwing 111, they teased us and was like, "Oh, Heartless is back." Never mind.
that's
Dude,
crazy.
that
So because
little-
I'm not
that
caught
Is
little
up.
that the
kid-
guy? Is he in Leaping into the Light? Is that the?
Yeah, they introduced. Yeah, I was
Yeah.
gonna say. I was like, because
Yeah.
I've read like the first 2.5, 3 volumes of Nightwing. I'm not fully caught up, and I'm like, damn, they're still on Heartless. He still ain't found
Well,
that
they're
fool?
not. That's the thing. He left, and Batman brings it up. He was like, Heartless might be in Gotham, and Nightwing's like, I don't know why, and Batman's like, well, you moved the Titans Tower to Bloodhaven, so that who's
real
gonna
quick-
do crime in Bloodhaven when you have the entire Titans team? And Batman was like, I don't know why I didn't think about that for Gotham.
Yeah, bro.
That's fair.
Real quick, nothing I said about The Fugitive was true, so please disregard.
Okay, word. Okay, word.
I don't know why I thought that was a plot point in The Fugitive. It does not seem to be the fact that it was. So
Interesting. All right, never mind. Scrap that.
But I do think that little kid is gonna be his sidekick.
Oh, you
I
think
think
so?
it's gonna be.
think he's gonna, like, adopt him or
Oh, I
100%,
saw
bro.
the previews
Yes.
of that. Yeah, that would be dope.
100%.
That
That
be
would
really cool.
actually be really dope. Like that would really kind of like bump up his character, like giving him like a sidekick.
Oh
you
yeah.
being Nightwing a psychic?
Yeah, I mean he's
That'd be
become
cool.
the face of DC now. Like
I don't
when
know
it
about
comes
all
to like
that.
the actual
Duh.
no, like not the face of DC in the sense of like
They're
DC
pushing
people
that.
know who he is.
Yeah.
But they brought him to the forefront of the comics. Like he is
Big
the
facts.
Nah, yeah.
Batman of what comics are now.
That's true.
As opposed to Batman?
Yeah.
'Cause,
I mean,
yeah, Batman's
yeah.
kind of taken a backseat in his own stuff right now, and then Nightwing and the Titans are like Batman and the Justice League now.
Interesting.
Nice.
Yeah, that's what they're
Very
trying to do. At least that's what they're trying. That's
Yeah.
what they're pushing. Yeah.
Since Dark
Um,
Crisis, they've been very like Nightwing oriented.
Yeah, I agree with
Very
that.
interesting. Giving
Only
him a
other-
sidekick would be fun.
I agree. I think that would be dope.
He's already got a
Especially
dog.
with the what's it called? Fallen Grayson arc that's coming up, where they're gonna age up Nightwing, I guess.
They're not
No,
aging
don't
up.
do
There
that.
is no time jump
Good.
But how
He
is
just didn't
how
shave.
is how is
because
Hallie older?
because Tom Taylor's statement was because it starts in May. Like he's gonna grow a beard from now to May.
Well, and you got to
apparently.
think like when they got Haley or Bitewing or whatever, or not. Yeah. When did that run start? 2019.
Yeah, and
So
like he got that
it's been
dog
5 years.
early
So
in
like the
run.
dog would age a
Yeah.
lot in 5 years just throughout the run itself. But I don't know. I
Probably
need
a
to
couple
catch up
months.
before.
That's probably what it'll
Really,
be.
I'm gonna be caught up by the time 114 comes out. That's for sure.
You can grow a beard in a couple months.
You
Yeah.
grow
I
a
can.
beard
I
in a
can for sure.
Yeah,
I can.
like 3
Oh,
months.
yeah, dude.
Like 3 months.
Anyone can grow. Well, not anyone, but lots of people. Can grow a beard
Anyone.
very
I think
quickly.
it's funny
Anyone.
that Nate is the oldest one out of this, and he's like the most baby faced.
I'm Asian.
I
was like, I don't got no beard.
Wait, what? Nate's
Since
Asian.
when?
Hold on.
Surprise. No, but let me think. Last book I think I want to bring up, at least off the top of my head, Superman 11. Absolutely loved it. I've been loving Williamson's
bro,
run in general.
that was great.
Um,
That was great.
I really wish they could just stick to one interior artist at least for 2 issues in a row, maybe. But
I agree.
it's like this is Superman. Like y'all should have a pretty consistent creative team here. But it's either way, the writing is very consistent. The art was still
The
great.
ending was
I loved it.
dope.
I agree, and great
I'm
story,
hyped.
but the reveal of
The reveal was terrible. So
yeah,
stupid.
Grandma Luther was in the suit.
I thought it was. I
I-
liked it. I liked it. I just didn't see it coming.
I,
I
don't
didn't
know.
see it
I
coming.
thought it was dumb.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I just was
Nah.
surprised. So I was, and it made me laugh. I was like, oh, haha.
I mean, like I get her
I was
motivation. That
surprised.
makes sense, but just meh.
Oh, that made me think about how Justice League versus Godzilla versus Kong, how Lex Luthor pull it up in the mech.
Wait.
Oh,
Godzilla.
he's
I
gonna be
didn't
Mega
even-
Godzilla.
I didn't read fucking Justice League versus Godzilla versus Kong, but like, how does Justice League not sweep that immediately?
Yeah,
Oh, they
plot.
they
writing.
nerf Superman.
yeah.
They nerf Superman.
Superman
basically.
pretty much just got like
Okay.
blasted by Godzilla's whatever his fire breath thing is called, and it's just kind of out of commish for the
He's
time being.
dead. He's in a coma, but
I
he's like
guess
dead.
that. I mean, okay, because it's atomic breath, and Superman is weirdly fallible to atomics.
He got
Yeah.
hit in the back while trying to protect Billy Batson because he was in his kid form, and
Right.
it just like basically sent him out.
Was there a reason Billy couldn't just turn into Shazam's form?
He had just
Yeah.
turned out of it.
Right? Yeah.
That's what it was. He had
Yeah.
like just
He had
turned
used
out
the
of it or
lightning
something.
to like hit Godzilla, I think,
Yeah.
right? And then it turned him out of
Yeah,
it. and
that's
then-
what it was.
Yeah.
That's a
what it was.
cool thing. I don't read like original Captain Marvel comics, but when he did that in the movie, like actually used the
Yeah.
lightning offensively, I
Yeah.
was like, that's fucking genius.
yeah, except
Yeah.
it leaves you extremely vulnerable to Godzilla's atomic.
I mean, that's
breath.
like Kingdom. I
Well,
mean, Kingdom
you know
Come.
what?
They
I
used
hate when
that.
that happens.
There's
But Billy's like
sacrifices
beating
that have to be
himself up
made.
right now about it.
Yeah, classic.
So honestly, I suggest reading it. It's a really easy read, and it's just dope seeing monsters fight each other. Like in the newest issue, we got to see the Kraken. Like Aquaman summoned the Kraken to fight Godzilla underwater.
Yeah.
To defend
It's a
his
lot
city.
of fun. It's really
Oh,
surpassed.
that
It's really
sounds
surpassed
fucking
my
lit.
expectations. I would definitely at least like they'll definitely do a trade or a hardcover or something like that. I would pick that
I'll
up.
read it around one
It's
day.
awesome. Yeah, and
Dude,
it's a nice
whenever
movie.
Batman was literally fighting a giant like bat creature and like using Sonics to fight him, and like I think it was the
Yeah.
second
Yeah.
issue. It was awesome.
It's really fun. It's a lot of fun. Any other books y'all read that you want to talk about?
Oh, I got.
Any of you guys read Night Thrasher?
I
Last
actually I
week,
picked
yeah.
it up. I just
Yeah,
haven't read
last-
it yet.
We
I
talked
did
about it
pick up.
last week.
Wait,
It was good.
Oh, that's right. Yeah, I got some of my books this week that I was supposed to get last week.
No,
Alright.
I enjoyed it
I'll throw
though.
it off.
Yeah,
It's I go to the store like once a month now, and I just pick up everything that should have come out on my pull list. And then
that's
I read
very
it.
fair.
I'm there 10 a.m. every Wednesday because I have.
I believe
I'm,
that.
Yeah, me
I'm
too.
impatient.
Me too. 11 for me, but that's just
Set an alarm.
yeah, 100%.
The one day you wake up
Alright.
early, huh?
That's the only day I wake up early. Yeah. Every other day
Early,
it's
10
12,
a.m.
1 o'clock.
early.
Yeah, early.
Okay, I don't know. 10 a.m. is early, all right? Because especially
No,
because
it's
I work
not.
Tuesday
Yeah,
night.
I woke up
Dude,
at like
I've
11
been up
today.
since-
Don't.
Yeah.
I've
You have a late
I've been
schedule.
up since 5 a.m. I don't want to hear.
Well,
I
that's
had a ride
early as
at
hell.
11
That's
a.m.
5 is
That's
definitely
your
like
fault.
extra early.
Dude, in the Airbnb,
Yeah.
they were all making fun of me because I'd wake up, like, rubbing my eyes and be like, "Oh, are you still tired?" And I'm like, "Dude, it's 8 a.m. Of course I'm tired."
Dude, you
That's
woke me
funny.
up. You
I wake
woke
up
me
like
up. I'm
7
like,
every
oh,
day.
let's go to the airport.
Dude, Mac was up like crazy. I woke up. We're talking about 6 a.m. and I go, Mac. He goes, "I'm up," and then just gets up like nothing. like
Good morning.
dude woke. Bro had a line.
That's me for real.
like,
I'm a
right
morning
here
person.
Of like a crack because there's no
1
way someone
second.
could wake up.
There
that
we
late.
go.
Okay, let's go.
Wired. Hell yeah. Well,
But we can move to King of the Hill. Mac, do you want to intro this? This is your segment here.
Yeah, so I think the best way to start this would be doing Where Am I?
no.
Oh, I thought we were doing Where Am I this week? Because
Oh, we're not doing
Or
Where
you,
Am I?
y'all want to?
We can
No.
do it.
No, we
I'm-
are. Remember, we said.
Oh,
Nikhil
that's
was
right.
gonna do
Okay,
it.
I thought we were skipping it. My bad.
Oh.
Nikhil, you got to Where Am I? We basically are going to ask you 20 questions throughout the 4 of us, and they're going to be yes or no questions. You just give us a yes or no, and at the end, we're going to try to guess where you are. It can be anywhere in comics, DC, Indie, Marvel, but
Oh God. Oh, I misunderstood this. Oh, so I have to like know about this place.
you should know at
Ideally,
least a generic thing.
and
about it.
ideally, we know about it as well.
basically-
Yeah, it would also help if we know.
Basically,
It could be
now
broad, it
We're,
could be-
we're,
All right.
we're
Yeah.
guaranteed to be at Professor X's
You also
school for
don't have
gifted
to do it
youngsters.
if you want to try and guess. Like one of us can think. I
Yeah,
can think of
let's
one or
flip
something.
it. Let's.
Yeah,
one of you
I'll think
guys
of one.
pick a place.
I'll think of
Okay.
one. Let me
I
try
was
and
Some
gonna
guess.
just
we're
examples of the
definitely about
past. We've done like Themyscira. We've done like Krypton. You know, it can be
Tamaran.
generic. Yeah,
Tamaran. Yeah.
Yeah.
that was last
Alright.
week's.
I got mine. Shouldn't be
Okay.
too
Alright,
hard.
bet.
So I'll kick it off. Are you in the DC universe?
I am.
Boom.
Any more questions?
Are you? Is a primary superhero from where you are?
No.
Are you on Earth?
Yes.
Okay.
Anyone got
Nikhil, you
something?
got a question?
This would be you, Nikhil.
Oh, I thought we were just doing when someone had a question. I don't have a question.
That
Oh
works,
yeah,
yeah.
yeah. I mean, you don't have to go.
Oh yeah. Okay. Let's see. On Earth, DC universe, primary superhero is not from here. Is it a building?
It is. Yes.
Okay.
Y'all got this.
I
Is
got an
it-
idea.
Is it
I got an
a
idea.
Is it a base?
I wouldn't call it a base.
Well, there goes my idea.
All right.
Not a base.
Uh,
Is it a super base?
do superheroes live here?
Not regularly. No.
Okay.
Maybe someone's crashed there once or twice. I don't know, but
Maggie, stop whining. Sorry, my dog.
we didn't even hear it, I don't think.
Is it associated with a particular character?
Yes.
Is this building in Metropolis?
No.
Is it above ground?
Yes.
Is it in Gotham?
No.
That's the only 2 places in the DC universe.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Come on,
Gotham
man.
and Metropolis.
Those are the 2 cities. You guys ever think about how like low
don't-
street cred New York must have in DC? I think about that all the time.
No, seriously though, yeah. Come on,
Is it in New
guys.
York?
It is not.
Is it just like the Empire State Building, but in DC?
Oh, yeah. No.
Is this building in Bloodhaven?
No.
Okay, I didn't think so.
Come on, guys.
Wait a minute. Is this building in Central City?
Yes.
I know what it is.
Oh wow, I know what it is.
Well, it could be 2, actually.
Where am I at then?
Are you Star Labs?
Nope.
Oh,
Well, That's the
I
only
know.
building I know in Central City.
Come on.
I know what it is. Y'all don't know what it is?
Come on, Brandon.
oh, I know what it is. Yeah.
Are you at the Flash Museum.
I am at the Flash
Yeah.
Museum. Yes, sir.
Okay.
Come on now. I always
So
go for
would
Flash
be-
stuff, and you guys literally never guess Flash thing.
Yeah,
I'm like,
bro.
Well, it's
Flash is
because
my
it's
guy.
so obvious that we don't think you would do it.
That's fair. That's fair.
Well, let's skip Flash and get to the point. We are now moving on to King of the Hill. Basically, what we do is we put a bunch of superpowers into a hat, put a bunch of super weaknesses into a hat. We mix them all up. We see who gets what, and we duke it out and see who comes out on top. And because Nikhil is our guest of honor, we're gonna have Nikhil go first.
Love to.
Nikhil,
Yo.
your superpower is you have fire powers, quite like the Human Torch.
Love it.
So Human Torch level fire powers,
Nice.
but you are deathly allergic to uncomfortable situations.
So every comic book nerd ever.
All right.
Yes. All right, Stu, you're next up on my screen. So your ability is Super Riz. Dang.
Okay.
So
Yeah, that
Stu,
might help you out.
And your weakness is you are blind.
so he's
Interesting.
Wow.
Matt Murdock.
So I'm
So
Matt
you might-
Murdock.
you might be
Yeah,
risen up
I'm
the
not
wrong
You don't
way.
even
Murdock,
know who
Matt
you risen.
Murdock.
Yeah, you don't even know.
You
gotta watch
just
out.
risen to Riz.
Yeah.
All right, Mac. You have teleportation,
Ooh.
but you have anatidophobia, which is the fear that somewhere a duck or goose is watching you.
Dude, perfect. I can just teleport away from the duck or the goose.
That's very specific.
Fair.
Nate, you can shapeshift,
Nice.
hopefully into
Oh.
someone that can make Nikhil uncomfortable.
There we go.
But you can only walk on your hands.
That's fine. Yeah.
Yeah, okay. This is slight work. And then me, I have the Force,
Good.
Oh, what the?
Oh, we're cooked.
It's
but I'm
just
definitely
telekinesis.
allergic to dogs.
That's
Oh,
not
I'm
even-
cooking you. You're done. I'm a dog. I turn into a dog and you're done.
I don't know.
I
Well-
walk on my hands over as a dog.
Nikhil,
Also,
how
as
do
a
you-
shape,
You're
as a
deathly
shapeshifter,
allergic.
you could just make your hands look like feet. Like you'd
Very
be
I was
true.
gonna
fine.
say, yeah, just turn your
That
feet into
is
hands.
very
And
true. Yeah.
dogs, for dogs, it's like, are they all hands or are they all feet? It's kind of, it's kind of same. So I'm just
If I have
walking.
the Force, I can easily just push you away so you don't get close enough
But if
to
you're-
trigger my
Wow,
allergies.
but you're like deathly.
Deathly.
allergic.
Yeah, exactly. I feel like if I'm
That's
in the
different
room,
than
But like he could
being-
also
yeah,
get close enough that like you're not thinking about using the force, and then he immediately turn into a dog, and then immediately you die.
I
Force
could
is OP. I
shapeshift
can just
into.
like
Yeah, but I could
everywhere.
shapeshift into like a little fly, and then you can't even see me, and then I just fly up, land on your shoulder, turn into a dog, and then you just
Yeah.
the dog just on my shoulder.
Oh,
And
bro,
then you
I know
die.
what I'm doing. I
I'll
know
be like
exactly
a little,
what
like a
I'm
little Shih
doing.
Tzu or something. Yeah, it'll be,
No,
it'll be
I'm
chill.
grabbing all of you. I'm grabbing all you mofos, or I'm just waiting to the last one. I teleport away. I wait for the last one. I grab you nice and tight, snuggly, cuddly. Hey, Pookie. And I teleport you to the bottom of the ocean. I teleport myself back up. You're dead. You're drowning.
Me?
You've imploded.
Well, you're dead too because you're
Me?
not lasting a
Let's
second.
turn into a
Fabio.
fish.
The pressure's
Yeah.
gonna kill you.
I turn into a fish.
You don't got any other powers. You literally just teleport. Also, buddy, you're shapeshifted. All right. I don't think that you're playing this correctly. You can't just shapeshift into a fish and then just be a fish that can breathe underwater.
Maybe.
That's true. I
Maybe.
think you could. It would only make sense that you could. It's shape shifting. It's not like
Okay, so just appearance.
shifting
Just
into
I
appearance.
think it's like
Yeah.
Mystique. like,
Purely
you know,
appearance then. So not like.
That's what I think. You
Okay.
don't see
Yeah,
a lot of
so
shapeshifters
that means a dog
that
wouldn't
become
work.
a fish.
So then the dog, I wouldn't have like the, I don't know.
No, because
like
I think if we
pheromones
do
or
it like a
whatever it is.
Mystique situation, you could shapeshift into like having the hair, and then that would be the thing he's allergic to. So I think that holds up. I just don't
Okay.
think you could like become a fish to survive at the.
But
at
if I
the-
turn
Well,
it,
what about the gills?
But
Yeah.
what about what?
Yeah, but like,
what
Could
about
I
like
give
a
myself
shit? There's gonna be
Manhunter
pressure and shit.
situation?
It's still him.
True.
He just looks like a fish. Like I think.
I
you're
guess
still dying.
okay. If we're thinking more on Mystique level of shapeshifting, not necessarily like Beast Boy, then that is fair. But then I'm turning it to still a dog and taking out Brandon at least.
But what about Stu? Stu has super riz. That's essentially like super persuasion, like in a sense.
That's rap.
Stu can take out Nikhil because
No,
I bet
I'm
if-
pretty
but-
sure I win the first instance because I just burned all of you before any of you talk. And I
have the
don't think,
Force.
with
I'm
the
teleporting.
exception,
I'm teleporting away.
Teleporter guy. I feel like you're done. So, well, you're already dead, Brandon, from the dog situation.
But
Yeah.
if you
But I
if you
burned
burn
the other
everyone
ones.
before he can get to me, then we're good.
I think he takes you out, and I burned those two, and that's just me and the teleporter left.
So if I like turn into a fly, can I not turn into a fly? You know what I mean? Like,
No, you turn into the appearance of a fly.
I mean, you can grow wings, probably though. So
and
like,
then
it
could I
probably still
use them?
works.
Yeah, okay. I was like, could I use my
It probably
wings?
still works. I've never thought like, I guess Beast Boy is a shapeshifter. I've never thought of it that way before.
I feel like he's an anthropomorph
I
more
just,
than
like-
he's a shapeshifter.
Yeah, no,
I
I
was
mean,
thinking more like Martian Manhunter because he can turn into
Yeah.
like a dragon.
oh, so like
and
I could
shit.
just okay. I see what you mean. Then I
That
see.
is true.
I do think the flame on is going to be hard to deal with off the
No,
off
but
the
if
to
dude
jump.
find
just looks
something that can
over at
stop it.
Nikhil and is like, "Hey, you don't want to do that," and then he's not going to do it.
I'm doing it to you first.
Well, here's the thing too. Obviously,
He's
if you
gonna
like
burn
just
you.
if you just go to
I kill
burn.
him while he's going
threat.
after
I was
you
gonna
for no
threat.
reason,
If
and
if
it's perfect.
Nikhil, if you just go to burn everything instantly, then you probably win. But if you don't do that, I could shapeshift like into one of the displays technically, and you guys won't even like see me. You know what I mean? I'll
It's
just like
true, but I
be-
feel like I would just burn everything.
exactly. And
very
if that's
quickly.
the
Except for the
case,
teleporter.
yeah, then
Yeah, the
teleporter.
teleporter is the only one I don't have a defense
okay,
against.
I
I'm
know this-
confused. My
I know this
force
from
would
one
push
of-
off the fire. If you're
I'm
burning
taking-
everything in sight,
No, I'm taking
just keep
Captain
burning
Cold's
you
gun.
until
I'm
eventually you
taking
give up.
Captain Cold's gun, and I'm freezing everything, so you can't like.
Oh, I forgot there's objects, bro. I'm
Oh,
We're
taking
in the
that's a
Mirror
great point.
Master's gun. I'm taking Mirror Master's gun, and then it's over.
Then I'm
I don't
gonna
know, I'm
switch
putting
into
every
Mirror
one of
Master
you
and
in
be
a
like, "Yo,
mirror.
that's mine." I'm turning into Mirror Master. Like, give it back, That's mine, bro. No, I think it's gonna be because the Force, you're not gonna get the fire off of you. Anakin and Obi-Wan have both been burned like
True.
very bad.
True.
So
Famously, force
Yeah.
users are susceptible
Yeah.
to fire.
exactly. So that alone, there's just canonically like times where they get burned very badly. So
no way.
I
But
think
he
it
didn't
comes
die.
down to Mac and the kill.
What?
I have the high ground.
says who?
He says it. I can fly though, right? If I'm the Human Torch, so I don't think you have the high ground.
That is
Yeah.
true. Yeah.
Yeah.
I think it's gonna come
Yeah.
down between Nikhil and Mac.
I don't think
my
that
thing is
putting me
that-
at the bottom of the ocean would work though, because I could fly out too.
Yeah,
Oh,
but
the
the
pressure
same thing you said
is
with me is yeah, like the
still
there's no
pressure,
oxygen.
the instant pressure.
Yeah,
but,
but like you couldn't get out fast enough.
but I'm gonna go
Human Torch
with
is
if we're gonna
definitely
put
shot out of the fucking water.
if we're gonna put restrictions on my shapeshifting abilities, I feel like your teleporting abilities is gonna be similar to Nightcrawler in the sense that you kind of have to see or like know where you're going.
Well, if we're giving you Nightcrawler, you're cooked because he can do very little.
Well, yeah, that's what I'm saying. If it's Nightcrawler, you can't just go to the bottom of the ocean like that.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
You
you have to be able to like
jumper
see where
shit.
you're going, or
Yeah.
you have to know where you're going. There's times when he's been able to exceed his transportation skills, but very
Even
rarely.
Technically, at least when he debuted, could only go like 2 miles.
Yeah, exactly. And it's fatiguing too, so it's
Yeah,
not like he
and
can
it
just.
wipes
boop,
his
boop,
ass
boop, boop,
out.
boop, boop,
Well,
boop.
I think
Yeah.
This
the,
is kinda-
the
this is
location
kinda like
also has a thing because he can teleport, like you said, grab Captain Cold's gun while we are fighting, and then instant just freeze you. Because your weakness is ice.
How in the
And,
fuck is my
and to be
weakness
fair too, I
ice?
get his weak. No,
Fire
his
melts
Fire and
ice.
ice.
I used
Fire
to
and
do
ice.
freeze
Yes.
fire. Have you ever
His
tried to
weakness
freeze fire? That's
is-
not a thing.
awkward situations or something, right? Deathly allergic
Yes.
to awkward situations. So we could just
Yeah.
like, I might
Bro.
just like, I don't know, I don't know what they look like, but I'll like do some research, prep time, and I'll like turn into one of your exes or
Oh,
something.
If we're
Nikhil-
if we're
Nikhil-
using
I'll like turn
if we're
it.
using
I'll like turn it to your
objects,
mom,
bro,
and I'll be like, "You're grounded."
if we're using objects, I'm pulling
would be
I'm
awkward.
pulling the fire alarm, and then Barry and Wally are coming, right? And now I'm gonna rinse them up real quick, and they're gonna work for me, and you guys are screwed.
But I gotta
Nikhil-
turn into Barry first, and you're gonna think I'm him, and then I'm just gonna like.
And then
oops.
real
How are you
Barry's
gonna
gonna
know
show
you're
up and
rizzing up?
kick your
Wait, how are you
ass.
gonna know you're rizzing up Wally and Barry? You're blind.
They're gonna come to me because I'm gonna be by the front door.
And
I'm
you're
gonna be
gonna
like,
How are
Hey.
you gonna know you're by the front door?
I'm giving it to Nikhil. I think he flames
I mean-
on. I think he flames on, and then Mac dodges it, and then they're gonna have a little bit of a battle. My thing is Mac can't really hurt him. He can hurt Mac.
No,
Yeah.
here's my thing.
Yeah.
I'm gonna.
This is
I'm
none
sorry.
of you have like truly offensive powers. Like, it's
Exactly.
only the
True.
fire.
Well,
That's
the
it.
Defense.
Force,
I'm
I
gonna.
guess.
I'm gonna
but-
teleport. I'm gonna teleport, and I'm gonna bring all of your exes to you and make you so uncomfortable. Just
But
put
like,
you in a
there's
room
other
with all of your
questions. Like, am I allergic? Like when people say like allergic to uncomfy situations where it just like makes you uncomfortable, or am I like going into anaphylactic shock if I'm uncomfortable?
No, you're deathly allergic. Yeah, like you're
I'm going to die then.
If,
Oh, no,
if you're
no, no.
uncomfortable,
It's
you're
easier to
deathly
take
allergic.
me out.
No, okay,
then.
okay.
Never mind.
No, it's me and Nikhil. It's me and Nikhil. I'm just stripping naked. I'm getting butt naked.
I think Mac wins. I think that if I die from just being uncomfortable, I think Mac wins the fight.
He's gonna be like,
that
"Oh, I'm
does kind of
fighting
change.
4
What's
people,"
Mac's
and just
weakness again?
dies.
Yeah, what's Mac's weakness?
He's
Uh,
irrationally
I'm
afraid of
scared.
ducks
I'm scared
watching
of
him.
ducks. I'm scared of ducks.
Well, I could turn
No,
into a
you're
duck.
scared that ducks are watching you.
Yeah,
Oh yeah, I'm
Specifically.
scared that
What it
ducks
Oh,
are
is
watching.
So-
the very specific fear that no matter where you are, no matter what you do, somehow a duck is watching you. And
I'll
that
be
freaks
watching
you out.
you.
Okay, well
you're
then
afraid
think
of
about it this way: if
That's
if
crazy.
you die immediately because the situation's uncomfortable, then Nate then resembles a duck, which terrifies Mac, causing Stu to riz up Mac, and then I take out Mac with my force abilities. It leaves
doesn't
us
say-
three.
Bro,
No.
you
Nate then
dead
takes
from
out-
day one.
Nate
You were
takes
dead the
out-
second I pulled up as a dog.
Me with the dog.
I
and
pulled
then
up as
leaves
like a-
Stu and Nate, but then Stu just rizzes up Nate and gets Nate to.
Nah,
then
We
boom,
need,
I
to, we
rizzed-
need to hire
I
somebody
rizzed
to
you up
animate
first, and then Nate came over while I rizzed you up. It turned into a dog, and that just
I
killed
think-
it.
Stu, that's
No
not
offense.
strategic. That's not
Okay.
strategic, Stu.
Your
That's
question,
strategic
do
until
we
it's
know
me
what
and
each
Nate.
other can do?
Then I'll let him
because I
win.
feel like I would come and just kill Stu first
You can do what?
before he
That's
could
fair.
riz anything.
I don't think we necessarily know each other's powers coming
Okay.
into it.
Well, I still think I show
So-
up, slash and burn, fire,
I agree.
and then it's me and Mac, and then Mac wins by
I-
stripping naked.
That
I
might
do.
be.
I agree with that.
I'm not last though. I can't. I pulled up as a dog, so we're good.
I guess I'm last because dogs.
Let's go. Let's go. All right. Well then, that's that. Y'all watching at home gotta let us know who you guys have winning that King of the Hill right there. But now let's move into good old fashioned draft. This time we're doing mutants. So we're gonna be drafting the best mutants, best mutant we can. So not necessarily just X-Men. Anyone in the Marvel universe that got that mutant gene is available for the taking.
Got that dog in them.
Are we
Pretty much.
using
I do.
same
I got that dog in
order?
me.
Same
I
order
will
we got
just-
powers.
Just
I'll just-
pick.
Are you-
Let's get an
Go
order.
again?
Yeah.
Okay, bet.
All right, I'm putting everyone's power into a bucket, and then we'll pick the draft order off of that.
And we're gonna do 4 picks each. 4 picks each this time.
4 picks each. All right, everyone's power is in the bucket. There are 5 draft picks.
Please give me number 1.
First up, the 4th. That is me. I actually don't want number 1, so that sucks.
Damn it. Well, actually,
Mac, you're number 2.
damn.
Nikhil, you're number 3.
Love it.
Stu, you're number 4.
All right, I'll take last. No, last is good.
Okay.
5.
Okay.
I like last.
Last is
So it
always
is
solid.
me, Mac, Stu, Nikhil, Stu, Nate.
All right, bet. Let's get
And
it.
first up, the best X-Men. I'm taking Gambit.
I
Get fucked.
assume someone would do
It's a
that.
crazy first pick, low key, but I
But
respect it.
I agree with
Our
Nikhil.
goal is
He's my
the
favorite
goal is
one.
to have the strongest team, right?
Not necessarily
That
like
does-
strongest in a fight, like strongest character wise. You know what I mean?
Oh,
Yeah, like
okay.
the
We're
I
gonna
was
best.
just
vote
meant
for you.
building up
Yeah.
who I
Yeah.
knew were the strongest ones. It was gonna go with that. That
Yeah, no,
makes
not definitely not necessarily the strongest, but also just whatever however you see it at the end of the day.
All right, Brandon, you're a bozo. I'm going with Xavier.
I don't want Mr. Clean in a wheelchair.
not in a
this is kind of
wheelchair
a
anymore, Brandon.
this is kind of a crazy first 2 already.
It is strange, but good job, guys.
Who's next? Who's third?
Oh, I'm third, right?
I think so.
I'll take Gene.
Oh,
Okay.
damn.
Yeah,
With my pick, I'm taking Magneto.
it's a good pick.
Are we for
Yeah.
real right now? I'm last, and I get to take Wolverine.
Yeah,
You can
That's
have
crazy.
Wolverine.
That's crazy that I got him last pick. Let me get Wolverine and let me get Nightcrawler
okay,
Why do you
that
get
was a
those?
good pick.
Solid.
because I'm last. We do
Because it's
Snake.
snake draft.
Yeah.
So it
now
goes back the other way now.
4th, back
Oh.
to Stu, and then back to you, and then
Oh, we're going
yes,
back. I
yeah.
see.
So Snake,
Okay.
Snake draft.
Let me get Storm.
Good pick.
W. So then back to you, Nikhil. I think right. You were third.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, I was third. Shit. I gotta rethink about my plan now because I was only thinking of the strongest ones, and now we have.
X-Men.
Oh, let me take Iceman. actually.
Dang
Okay.
it.
Damn it.
That was my next one.
Great
I'm
pick.
seriously rethinking everything that I've done. Okay. Let's go with Glob Herman.
There
Okay.
you go. All right.
The
All
blob. All right.
He comes in clutch. He comes in clutch, bro.
That's fair. That's fair. I think my second pick, I'm taking Cyclops. Got to take the leader. All right.
Fair.
Yep. And then for my third, underrated in my opinion, I'm going Angel.
Boo.
Ooh.
Terrible.
Hey, I'll take it.
Okay.
Brother.
Hey.
Why would hold on, Brandon? Do you know
Uh-huh.
how many other mutants can fly?
Yeah, but Angel's cool. He has wings.
How many other mutants have wings?
He's on the OG team though. I
Yeah. And all the good ones got taken already.
I'm gonna go with Zeitgeist.
What?
All
What are
right.
you doing?
Clearly, Nikhil, you do not watch the podcast.
Matt does this every week where he just chooses the most obscene ones.
Pretty much.
Back to you, Nikhil.
I should really keep the order in mind. I'm gonna take Maggot.
Oh man, that's a good one.
Yeah.
Respectable.
I don't think anybody said her, so I'm gonna take Rogue.
God damn.
Yeah, that was gonna be my last one.
All right.
Are we each getting 4 or are we each getting 5?
4. So I'm
Right.
rounding off my
Okay.
list
It's
right
4?
here.
Oh, okay.
Okay.
Rounding off my list. And let's round it off with the third pick. I got Nightcrawler, so let me get Mom, Mystique. And then for my last pick for the mutant draft. Man, that's kind of tough. I'm going to go with... I like her powers. I think they're really fun. I'm going to go with Domino.
That's what's up. Okay.
With my last pick, I'm taking Legion.
Solid. Just thought of one I should have taken.
Yeah, I'm stuck. I kind of wish I hadn't taken Angel.
Back to you, Nikhil.
You're
I
up.
think, yeah.
For my last one, I'm gonna take Cable.
Nice.
Okay.
Solid.
Yeah, it is.
Only Nikhil is gonna know this one by name. Bailey Hoskins.
Are you okay, Mac? Mac, are
He
you
is
okay?
no. Okay. He's like actually kind of OP. He is a one and done. He just
Yo,
explodes.
He's exploding, you kid. Why?
Yeah.
Damn. So he exploded
Not
once
even
and
like
that's
a
it?
super powered explosion. Like he's
exploded once and then
you
that was
throw
it?
a bomb in a room and it's just a boy.
Dude, here's the thing though. Xavier,
That's
he's got
crazy.
that brain. Glob, he can set himself on fire. He can do crazy stuff.
He cannot
Zeitgeist-
set himself on fire. He must be
Well,
set
not him-
on fire.
That's what I mean. That's what I mean. But still, I don't know, man. My team kind of cracked. That's all I'm saying.
Your team
Ah.
sucks so much.
I'm digging mine.
Wait, do you know a guy named Mamomax? You should take
No.
Mamomax. Mamomax looks like a giant elephant, and his power is that he has like acidic like stomach acid that he could shoot at you.
Oh, it's like Brandon.
Yeah.
Pretty much.
Yeah. Okay. Can I do my last pick, Mac?
You
please?
can.
Thank you. For the last pick in the 2024 X-Men draft, / mutant draft, I guess, I am taking Colossus.
Nice.
Nice.
Yeah.
A classic, I guess.
Love that song.
I was thinking the person I was thinking I should have taken was Miss Marvel.
Oh.
Oh.
Dang, yeah.
That's
Ironically,
smart.
the one I forgot until the end was Forget Me Not.
I
That'd
thought
be good.
about taking Namor, but I was like, eh.
Oh, Namor's a good pick, too.
Ooh, that would have been another
Yeah.
good one. I'm happy with my list though. Everyone
I
at
am
home, y'all
too.
gonna let us know who's
My
got the
list
best
is,
list.
No one took Beast.
No one.
Beast is
I
a
thought about
douche.
it.
Yeah, Beast is a douche.
No one should take Beast.
Oh, okay. Good.
Finally, as of this comic that came out today, have like Beast fully back to like being a good person. But it's
Because
like,
recently he's just been like diabolical, hasn't
yeah,
he?
he's evil. Well,
Yeah.
one of like the evil one has like a nuke that he's gonna like bomb Mars with, and then they brought back one that only has memories up to like being an Avenger. So he's like still talking like it's the '60s, and he's like, "Oh, my stars and garters," and he's hanging
Oh.
out with Wonder Man. And now those two are gonna like clash.
That's cool. What's that in? The X-Men book? Like
This is
just
X-Force 49.
okay, man. I have to
Came out
check
this
that
week.
out. That's dope. But anyway, per usual, we got the list on the screen. Y'all gonna let us know who got the best 4 mutants right here, and who is your favorites? Who do we miss out on and stuff like that?
Me.
No, me.
Okay. All
But
right, y'all want to hop into the pull list?
I
Lead
think
it off.
Yes,
I
sir.
do. Let's get this all pulled up. Y'all know the drill. Per usual, every week we got our top 3 comic books that are coming out this upcoming Wednesday for New Comic Book Day. For me, starting out with number 3, I have Marvel Spider-Punk Arms Race number 1. But new coder
remakes.
Yep, exactly. New coder Ziggler Spider-Punk title. I'm super excited for that.
What did you say, Corey Ziegler?
Ziggler. I said that at first. Yeah, then yeah. Cody Ziggler, Spidey Punk.
I'm excited for that one too. Actually, I
Really
love
looking
the
forward to that.
Spider-Punk series.
Me too. I agree.
He's
Number
only
2
had
for
like
me.
one other one.
Yeah, the
I
Battle
said
of the
other
Band.
one.
But for number 2 for me, I got the Immortal Thor number 7. Al Ewing is absolutely cooking with this one. I'm really looking forward to this next book. And number 1, I have Avengers Twilight number 1. Or no, that's number 3, but I wrote number 1. But Chip Zdarsky, Daniel Acuna, Alex Ross, amazing creative team, and they're really coming through on that. My cover of the week is this Green Arrow number 9 variant. Super sick, super
That
sick.
looks
Amazing.
really fucking good.
Yeah.
I loved Immortal Thor like 1 through 3, and then I stopped reading them on accident. And I'm meaning to read Twilight, but I agree with all of your picks, which is amazing to me because I assume these will all be DC.
Yeah, this is a rare week for me where it's practically straight Marvel.
All right, at my number 3 this week, as well as Nate, I have Spider-Punk number 1. I'm hyped for this. I'm excited.
Cody Ziggy.
And number 2, I got the Flash number 8. Every issue's been getting a little crazier, so hopefully they step it up in this issue again.
I really like that cover. It reminds me of an old like Man of Steel cover. I can't remember the exact issue, but it looks very similar to that.
That's dope. And then at number 1, I have Green Arrow issue number 9. If you've been reading Green Arrow, you know it's good, and you know it's about to get crazy.
Oh yeah.
And then my variant of the week is for Radiant Black issue 28. It is the Walking Dead Homage variant.
So clean.
Is this a connecting cover?
Yeah, I think it's a connecting. I'm pretty sure. There's 2 covers, so I'm pretty sure it's connecting.
Yeah.
Is Radiant
That's
Black
sick.
still doing the like 2 different timelines thing, or did that stop?
Stopped for the most part.
I gotta get into that.
Yeah, Punisher. We're gonna figure out who Jigsaw is, or we might not even actually figure out who it is. But it's where it left off, and this Punisher run is really good, especially with the new Punisher. I'm digging it.
That cover is awesome.
Oh yeah, I like it.
Just dope.
Then we got Flash. This is a run that I've been reading from the jump. It's the only DC I've been keeping up with besides Titans and Batman and Robin. So if I'm reading it as DC, you know it's got to be good, especially if it's on Stu's list. And then, of course, Avengers Twilight. This has been going crazy. Loving this. I like this cover. I don't know. At first I was like, oh, she can be like massive in this, but I'm thinking it's just the angle. But I'm loving these covers.
No, I think she's gonna be massive.
You think so?
She's gonna be huge. Yeah.
Okay.
That does not read like just a low shot to me. That seems like a giant person.
I
Yeah.
agree.
And then this cover with our boy Oswald Cobblepot, the Cobblethought. I just love the look of this. And I've also just been enjoying this run.
I know that's fire.
The run's been pretty good.
Yeah.
All
I did
right.
not know it was a 7-issue run. That's amazing.
I forgot Spider-Punk was coming out, so number 4 I got Spider-Punk, but number 3 I got Batman the Brave and the Bold number 10, just a continuation of this like anthology series that they're doing. So pretty cool. Number 2 I got Power Girl number 6. I recently caught up on Power Girl, freaking fire, and she's doing like a Supergirl team up to go along right before House of Brainiac. So I think that's going to lead into that. And number 1, I have Detective Comics 1082. If you're not reading it, you should, because Ram V is writing it, and it is phenomenal. Batman's currently traveling through like the underworld right now, to try to come back to life because he just got it. So really good. And then my variant of the week is this Francis Manapul J. Garrick Flash number 5. Just has all the Flash family running. I love seeing like full covers of like the entire family when it comes to like Superman, Batman, Flash. So
Is that a connecting cover?
I think it might be
It
because
looks
it's
like
missing
it
a
should
couple.
be, but I don't
It's
think it
missing a
is.
couple of Flash people, and
There's
there
a
is
lot
a
of
sixth
them that
issue.
are just like hair or just hands.
Yeah,
That would be weird if it was not a connecting cover.
Yeah.
hopefully.
These are mine. This is Wolverine 44. It's part of the thing I was talking about earlier. I don't remember if we were recording or not, where it's this entire 10-part series that exists between two comics in the timeline that doesn't make any sense at all. But it's cool. It's Sabretooth just kind of killing everyone Wolverine ever knew or loved. And it's a fun time if you don't like those people that Wolverine knew and loved. But that's one.
Yeah, I've heard a lot of good things about that Wolverine run.
It's good. It is generally really fun. The next one is Marvel's Dead X-Men. They're the X-Men, but they are dead. They're not the ones on this cover. This is for the TV show, but it is a cool cover.
Very.
But it's all of the X-Men they murdered at the Hellfire Gala going like on time travel shenanigans, and it's a good time.
That sounds dope.
And then number one is the Resurrection of Magneto #2. This book blew my mind in a very cool way. I am very excited to see what they do. Storm is basically going through the afterlife to go pull Magneto back to existence, and Magneto does not want to go, and it's really fucking interesting.
Oh, I'm reading this one.
I thought I
Yeah.
heard something. Because I checked out the first issue. Correct me if I'm wrong. I heard that the odd number issues are going to be like Storm's perspective, and even numbers are going to be Magneto's perspective.
I have no idea, but if true,
So I guess we're kind of going to find out.
That is awesome.
Yeah, we'll find out in this. That would be fucking cool.
Yeah,
I know the third issue is the one that's gonna have the Shadow King in it, which I know you guys don't know.
Oh,
but
so now
that's
it's
gonna
time to learn.
Oh, I actually heard about him earlier in the podcast.
Yeah. Same.
Hey, Shadow King, my favorite mutant.
The
I
King of
could
the
Google
Shadows?
him.
And then this is the cover. It's X-Men 97. Very excited for the show. It has nothing to do with the book. It's just the team from X-Men 97 having a fun time fighting Sentinels.
Yeah,
which
that's
looks
an
fun.
awesome.
I love the
that's an awesome
97
cover.
covers. I got the Moon Knight one and the Night Thrasher one. I think it's cool how they're doing like those vintage ones.
I agree. Cyclops,
Agree.
the proportions look. I feel like he's very large.
He looks
He's
really
very long.
long.
He does
Really,
look
really
very
long.
long. Yeah.
The
Pause.
legs in there.
Let's
There's
go.
no Gambit. Actually, I'm now noticing, which is upsetting me.
True. Interesting. It's a connecting cover.
Yeah.
yeah. Oh,
That's going to do it for this episode of the Hall of Nerds podcast. But before we head on out of here, I want to thank Nikhil for jumping on with us. Do you have anything else you want to say? Shout out your Instagram, YouTube, TikTok, whatever it is.
Nikhil Clayton on TikTok, Nikhil Clayton on Instagram. Please follow me on Instagram. I do not have enough followers, and brands keep laughing at me. And then Nikhil Clayton on YouTube. Follow me there just because no one does, and it'd be nice if someone did.
Hell yeah. So
You
everyone go
stream
check
as
him
well,
out.
right? You have a Twitch as well?
I do, but I haven't used that in 3 months. I can't
Oh.
post that.
Okay.
Fair enough. All right. So that's going to do it for this episode of the Hall of Nerds podcast.
Make sure you tune in next week for a brand new episode.
Nerd on.
Nikhil?
Earned out.
There
Hey.
we go.